Long before kitchens existed, our ancestors ate almost everything raw. Meat was tough, roots were hard, seeds were difficult to digest. Then something changed. Fire entered the human story. Nobody knows exactly when humans first cooked food, but evidence suggests controlled fire appeared hundreds of thousands of years ago. Some evidence may reach nearly 1 million years. That discovery changed more than dinner. It changed the human body. It changed our daily lives. And it may have helped create the humans we recognize today. Think about raw food for a moment. A raw root can be difficult to chew. Raw meat demands serious chewing. Some plants contain tough fibers and defensive chemicals. Your digestive system has to work harder to extract energy. Cooking changes that equation. Heat breaks down parts of food. It softens tough tissues. It gelatinizes starches. It makes many foods easier to chew and digest. That means your body can spend less effort processing each bite. And that creates a strange evolutionary advantage. More usable energy can support expensive organs. The human brain is extremely expensive to maintain. It consumes roughly 1/5 of our resting energy. That is remarkable. The brain represents only a small fraction of body mass, yet it demands an enormous energy supply. So where did all that energy come from? This question fascinated biological anthropologist Richard Wrangham. In his book, Catching Fire, he argued that cooking played a major role in human evolution. His idea became known as the cooking hypothesis. The argument is simple. Cooking makes calories more accessible. More accessible calories can support bigger brains. But the story begins much earlier. Early humans were not standing around modern stoves. They had fires on open ground. They probably roasted whatever foods they could obtain. Roots, tubers, meat, seeds, perhaps insects. Fire also created another advantage. It changed time itself. Raw food requires more chewing. Chimpanzees spend enormous amounts of time chewing and eating. Humans spend far less. That difference matters. Every minute spent chewing is a minute unavailable for something else. Toolmaking takes time. Walking takes time. Social interaction takes time. Hunting takes time. Thinking takes time. Cooking, therefore, may have changed the human schedule. But fire did something even stranger. It changed the environment around humans. A campfire creates light. It creates warmth. It can discourage some predators. It can make nighttime activity possible. Suddenly, darkness did not completely control the day. Humans could gather around the same place. They could share food. They could communicate. They could protect one another. Fire became more than a cooking tool. It became a social technology. Archaeologists have found ancient hearth evidence at several sites. One famous example comes from Wonderwork Cave in South Africa. Researchers reported evidence of controlled fire there dating to roughly 1 million years ago. That does not prove exactly when cooking began. Fire can be used for many purposes: heating, lighting, protection, and cooking. So archaeologists must carefully distinguish burned material from actual food preparation. That makes the mystery much harder. When did humans first cook regularly? We still do not have a perfect answer. Some researchers argue for very early cooking. Others remain cautious. The evidence is incomplete. But human anatomy provides another clue. Our teeth became smaller compared with those of earlier human relatives. Our jaws became less massive. Our digestive system also differs from that of great apes. These changes fit an evolutionary history involving softer, more energy-rich foods. Cooking could have contributed to that transformation. Then there is another fascinating possibility. Fire may have changed human childhood. Cooking makes food softer. That could make certain foods easier for young children to eat. Long childhoods became possible alongside increasingly complex brains and social learning. Children could spend more time learning from adults, and humans became unusually dependent on cultural knowledge. Cooking itself became cultural knowledge. How hot should the fire be? How long should food roast? Which plants are safe? Which foods become better after heating? Those answers had to be learned and then taught, generation after generation. So cooking may have connected biology and culture. Our bodies changed, our behavior changed, our schedules changed, our social lives changed, and our knowledge accumulated. But there is an important problem with the cooking hypothesis. Cooking alone cannot explain everything. Human evolution is complicated. Climate changed, tools improved.
Hunting changed. Social cooperation expanded. Many forces shaped our ancestors simultaneously. Cooking was probably one piece of a much larger puzzle. Still, that piece may have been enormous. Imagine two humans facing the same food. One eats it raw. The other cooks it. The second person may extract more usable energy. That energy can power movement, it can power growth, it can power reproduction, and eventually it can power a larger brain. A tiny flame could therefore influence an entire species. Today, we rarely think about the evolutionary importance of cooking. We simply turn on a stove. We heat food in a microwave. We boil water without thinking twice. But every modern kitchen carries a memory of something ancient. A fire on the ground, a few gathered humans, food placed above glowing embers, and the first experiment with heat.
We often imagine human evolution as a story about bigger brains. But bigger brains require energy. Energy requires food. And food became dramatically different when humans learned to use fire. The fire we thought we controlled may have been quietly shaping us all along.